Welcome back to the channel. If you're thinking about buying your first home, you need to tune into this video right now because this is going to be very important.
We're going to talk about the top huge mistakes that first-time home buyers make and give you some tips how to avoid them, and it could save you thousands of dollars, guys, thousands of dollars, and you'll avoid a lot of stress. We're going to get started on that topic right now. If this is your first time in our channel, welcome. Please remember to subscribe and tap the bell, and you'll be the first to receive notifications of updated videos and the changing market in and around San Antonio.
Guys, we're Brian and Brenda Jones, the proud owners of Lonestar Home Realty. We get calls from people just like you all the time. So if you're moving in 3 days or 3 months or 9 months, doesn't matter to us. Give us a call and let us know how we can help you.
All of our information is in the box below. You can call us, email us, text us. You can even set up a Zoom. We'd be happy to talk with you to help you make a smooth move to the San Antonio area.
First-time home buyers.
It's an exciting time.
Let's see how we can help them.
All right, let's go.
Not make mistakes.
Let's go.
So the first one is skipping the pre-approval.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do
Don't
it.
This is a huge, big mistake.
If you were to call us as your realtors and you're like, I want to go start looking at houses, the first thing we're going to ask you is if you have been pre-approved. You need to speak with a qualified lender. They're going to get all of the basic information. It doesn't take long. What does that take to get pre-approval?
Less than an hour.
Not long at all. They'll ask you some basic information and get you pre-approved so that you know where you can afford.
So guys, just think about this. If you're thinking about buying a house for the first time and you start looking on Zillow or Realtor.com, whatever, or driving down the street and you see these beautiful photos of these homes, oh man, I love this house, just love it. But then,
which is easy to do.
Which is easy to fall in love with these homes because you're watching house porn or whatever. And guys, you can't afford it because you haven't got it pre-approved yet. The lender hasn't checked out your, done a financial colonoscopy, and you don't know what you can afford. So that's why we always stress, get pre-approved first.
And you make it sound like the pre-approval is super colonoscopy. It's not that complicated. It's just a simple conversation, gives you basic information. They're going to do the colonoscopy a little bit later, but to get a pre-approval, it doesn't take a lot. It's just giving them basic information. Because guys, the last thing you want to do, like Brian said, is fall in love with this house
that you can't afford.
And there's no way you can afford it. So this just takes that out. It gives you an idea of the range you can plan, and it makes your life a whole lot easier.
So kind of tied in with this is the next one, which is overestimating your budget. Well, if you don't know what you can afford, you can obviously do that very easily.
Well, and also the lender, when they give you a pre-approval, they're going to give you a pre-approval that ranges from $325 to $450. Let's just say. So most people go in and go, awesome, let's look for $450,000 houses.
Yeah.
And
not a good plan.
No, as a realtor, you're going to be like, cool, let's go. But you as the buyer need to be very cautious about what can you actually afford. Because not only is the purchase price of the house that you're pre-approved for is included, you got to remember things like taxes and HOA dues and insurance and what does it take to maintain this house? I mean, good Lord, if you're a first-time home buyer, you need stuff like lawnmowers and weed eaters and stuff to clean the house. So
especially if you're buying new build, you're not going to have any of that stuff. And you're probably going to want to put ceiling fans up.
Ceiling fans. So there's a lot of hidden costs involved in buying a home. So just be very cautious about what you actually can afford and will feel comfortable with.
Now the next one that we're going to talk about is something that we definitely don't recommend and will extremely advise against it, which is skipping the home inspection, especially for a first-time home buyer.
It's very tempting.
That's like buying a car sight unseen and
not driving it,
not taking it for a test drive, just shelling out the money and hoping you made a good decision.
And we have seen plenty of houses in our years that look beautiful. They look excellent on the outside. There's not a single problem. And the inspector comes in and we're like, we need to run. Y'all need to like run away from this home. Now, really, when the market was super, super insane in what, 21, 22, 20 to 22, people were actually waiving the inspection. That was the way they were getting houses. And I know several people that have lived to regret that decision because they have bought kind of a lemon house that they've had a lot of issues.
So they have to live with it.
Yeah, because then it's yours. There's absolutely nothing you can do. So always hire a licensed inspector.
And guys, don't rely on your realtor. Don't rely on us to tell you that this house is not worth. You don't want to buy this house because of X, Y, and Z. Get a professional inspection done.
Yeah.
Licensed by the state.
And you're going to have to pay for that.
You will have to pay for it. Depending on all the different types of inspections that are needed, it could be anywhere from $250 to $500.
And some, like
Very
you
well worth
said,
it.
some different mortgage products require different type of inspections.
Right.
But it's definitely worth it. And the inspector will walk through what they're finding, because they're going to find every little bitty thing that they can. And they will walk you through what's really necessary and what's important and what you need to know. So huge.
So the next one, guys, is not considering the neighborhood. This is really crazy.
Because people go in and they fall in love with this house. This one house, even when they go and see it, they fall in love with this house. They walk through it, it's gorgeous, it's perfect, and they don't go back and check out the neighborhood.
So one of the things that we recommend is fall in love with the house. That's great, wonderful. You can afford it, better. Go back at 10 o'clock at night. Go check it out on the weekend and see what kind of activity is going on in that neighborhood. I guarantee you it's going to be different than when you went and saw it during the day.
Everybody's working.
And you were like this. You had the blinders on and you were only seeing the beauty of this house. You didn't look at the neighbors. You didn't look at, you didn't drive down the streets of the neighborhood to see all the RVs parked on the side of the road or the
neighbor. One time we were showing a house and the neighbor was outside working on his car in his underwear. So you need to know those kind of things.
Yes.
And a lot of that you don't see unless you're out there.
And guys, when we say he was out there working in his underwear, he was working out there on his car in the street in his underwear and nothing else.
He was really
didn't have a shirt on, just had his underwear.
You don't want that as a neighbor. And also you want to check out the crime rates.
Yep.
You want to check out the schools if that's important to you, because like Brian said a while ago, you're going to be in this house and you're going to be stuck if it's bad. You haven't done your investigation and your homework. So make sure, like you said, talk to neighbors.
Yep.
A lot of times when we're in neighborhoods and somebody really truly fallen in love with the house, they'll go talk to the neighbor, or they'll go back after we're gone at night or on the weekend and knock on the door and say, hey, we're looking at this house. What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Research it. Research. If you're truly in love with this house, it will be worth every minute you put into it, I promise.
This next one is really difficult for first-time home buyers because they are typically the ones that have the most invested emotionally. So making emotional decisions is definitely a bad choice to make.
Yeah.
You've got to, and this is also good when you want to bring in family members or friends or other loved ones that could also walk through the house.
Somebody be honest with you.
Somebody who will be honest with you and say, what the hell are you thinking?
Or this place is perfect for y'all.
Yeah. Why are you waiting for?
And you don't want to overpay for a home. You don't want to overlook flaws. Or one thing we always tell buyers, whether you're a first-time home buyer or not, is to make a list of wants versus needs. And know what do you absolutely have to have in a house versus what would I like to have in a house.
Get out a blank sheet of paper and on one side, wants, the other side, needs, and see which ones you can live with.
Know the difference. No, because you may fall into a house that has everything you absolutely need and it's missing a couple things you want, and you'll walk away. So just your emotions are going to cloud your judgment. You're going to be so excited, and you can make some really bad mistakes.
And that's also why you want to rely on your trusted realtor so that we can help you through those tough decisions and
bring some logic to
the conversation, because we are completely and totally unbiased. We don't care whether you're buying a $500,000 house or a $250,000 house. We care about you getting into the situation that's right for you.
Absolutely. All right, so another huge mistake is not thinking about your future needs.
So you've got 4 kids, all under 10, and your wife is pregnant, and you're considering a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. No.
Or you just got married and you have no kids,
but you want them.
You want them, so you're going to settle for this little bitty 2-bedroom house. Okay, so think about it. What are you going to face in the next 5 to 7 years? What financial changes? If you outgrow this house too quickly, you're going to take a big hit. We had a client that bought a house really quickly. She fell in love with it. And a year later, she was calling us and wanted to move closer to her mom. And we sold it. And then when she went to buy a new one, she had a heart attack because she didn't realize she had to pay for all the closing costs all over again.
Yeah.
So it can really hurt you. There's a lot of money involved in buying a house. So think. Where are you going to be working? What are you doing lifestyle-wise? Where are you going to be willing to commute? All of those things come into play.
So the last one, which is probably the most important one of all, is failing to work with a trusted realtor or us. Because, guys, if you don't have somebody in your corner, especially with a new builder, if you're looking at a new build as a first-time home buyer, the sales consultant, they're not looking out for your best interest.
They sell you a dream.
They work for the builder.
Yes, they do.
And they don't care about how much money is coming out of your account. They don't care about all the things that you're going to have to pay for down the road. So that's why you need a realtor to help you. Even brand new homes don't pass inspections, guys.
They never pass inspections.
They never pass.
There's always
There's
something
wrong. That's why we personally go with the buyers to blue tape a new build. But that's just one thing. If you're buying an existing home, you definitely need a realtor on your side, because otherwise you're working with the listing agent who definitely is not
looking for you.
Definitely not working.
They're looking for the seller.
They're looking out for the seller and looking out for what's going to be best for the listing.
Yeah.
So always consider that.
Make sure you interview several realtors. We say that, and we're realtors, y'all. So.
Hey, we also have a video about what to ask a realtor when you're
interviewing them. Yeah.
So we have I think it's six questions on that video. Use them all. Or give us a call, and we're more happy to give you more.
Yeah. So just make sure you're really checking them out. Just because they've been a realtor for years doesn't mean they've been working really hard and have a lot of listings and experience. So just make sure you're getting those questions answered. You're finding someone who fits your personality, who fits your communication personalities or choices, and that you can actually feel comfortable sitting down and talking with. This is a huge lifetime decision. And you want a realtor that's going to, understand you and understand what your goals are, and that are really looking out for you. And there's a lot of realtors out there that only look for getting a sale. They don't care. They're getting the money and running. And that's definitely not us. And you don't want to do it.
Hey guys, so comment below and let us know if any of these topics that we've discussed resonate with you, because you were a first-time home buyer and you ran across some of these things. If you've experienced any of this, comment below and let us know. We'd be more happy to help you with that, or to discuss.
Or have another video on some other options
or
different ideas that you guys have run across that you wish you would have known about or had some help with. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
Thanks for watching to the end. We'll catch you on the next one.